Hello everyone, welcome back to JIKOOK Diaries channel. When JIKOOK's name resurfaced on timelines, many assumed it was just the usual fan euphoria. But this time it was different. There was a moment that felt so powerful, so immediate, and so honest that it was hard to ignore. A song, a spontaneous reaction, and one unhesitating step from Jungkook toward Jimin, as if the world around him disappeared in a split second. That's where it all began. The speculation about JIKOOK's Secret Song didn't stem from an official announcement or a dramatic teaser from the agency. There was no poster, no countdown, no formal statement. There was just a moment in time, a familiar yet unreleased tune, lyrics that sounded like a hidden message, and most strikingly, Jungkook's reaction, which didn't seem fake at all. As soon as the music started, he didn't look at the camera. He didn't look at the staff. He didn't smile his usual formal smile. He just walked straight to Jimin. The gesture was simple, but for those who have followed their journey over the years, it's that simplicity that speaks loudest. Jungkook doesn't seem to think twice. There's no pause. There's no hesitation. It's as if the song is a signal only they understand. As if the first note alone is enough to let him know where to go. Fans began dissecting every second of the video. They slowed down the footage, zoomed in on facial expressions, red lips, and even tried to isolate the audio to catch any missing lyrics. Some speculated that the song was an old, unreleased demo. Others were convinced it was a secret project, something being kept for the right time. But regardless of all the theories, one thing that couldn't be denied was Jungkook's reaction. His expression shifted, from relaxed to focused, from a light laugh to a deeper gaze. As he stood near Jimin, there was a moment of silence that felt long, even though it was only a few seconds. Jimin himself looked surprised, then smiled in a way that was different from his stage smile. It was softer, more personal, like someone who had just realized a message only he understood. Many say that Jimin and Jungkook's relationship has always had its own language, not just through words, but through small gestures, fleeting glances, and almost impossible to manage timing. If JIKOOK's Secret Song really exists, then perhaps the song isn't just about melody or lyrics. Perhaps it's about memories, about the long journey they've been on together since their trainee days, about their first stage, about late-night practices, about the pressure and tears that were never fully seen by the public. Theories grew wilder when some fans claimed to hear phrases that sounded like internal references, words they'd used in old live broadcasts or interviews years ago. Was it a coincidence? Or was it intentionally slipped in as a hidden message? No one knows for sure, but it was precisely that uncertainty that made this moment so magical. What makes it all the more intriguing is the fact that Jungkook is known for expressing his feelings through music. He rarely speaks at length about emotions directly, but when he sings, everything feels more honest. If the song is truly about Jimin, then the spontaneous move toward him could be a form of wordless confession. An instinctive response to something deeply personal. Some fan analysts even noticed the two's body language after that moment. The way they stood closer than usual. The way Jungkook looked down slightly when he spoke. The way Jimin lightly touched his arm, as if reassuring or confirming something. These small details may seem trivial to outsiders, but to those who have followed JIKOOK's dynamics for years, they were like puzzle pieces slowly forming a bigger picture. Was this really a secret song? Or just an instrumental piece that happened to be playing? Was Jungkook's reaction purely spontaneous? Or was there some other context we didn't know about? These questions continue to swirl, but one thing remains clear. The moment felt real. Not staged. Not overly dramatic. It felt genuine precisely because of its simplicity. This phenomenon also demonstrates how powerful the connection between artist and fan can be. Just a few seconds of video sparked thousands of discussions. Lengthy analyses emerged. Compilation videos were created within hours. Hashtags began to rise. All because of one unhesitating move. Jungkook didn't need to say anything. His action was enough to spark a wave of emotions. On the other hand, there are also more rational voices. They remind us that not every moment has to have a hidden meaning. Sometimes a spontaneous reaction is just that, a spontaneous reaction. But even if that's true, it's still fascinating how one small gesture can have such a profound impact. It shows how deeply emotionally invested fans are in Jimin and Jungkook's journey. Looking back on their journey, there are countless moments where the two of them seek each other out in the crowd. On big stages, in airports filled with flashing cameras, at award shows with thousands in attendance. There's a pattern that's hard to ignore. When things get intense, they often find each other. Maybe it's habit, maybe it's comfort, maybe it's a time-tested friendship. And maybe, if JIKOOK Secret Song is real, the song is simply a reflection of all that. A summation of feelings that can't always be expressed directly. Music has a way of expressing things that are too complex to explain. And Jungkook, growing from a shy teenager to a global artist, has always used music as a bridge to his emotions. The moment he made a beeline for Jimin wasn't just about physical proximity. It was about choice. Amidst so many people, so many directions, so many possibilities, she chose one. She chose Jimin. And a choice made without hesitation is often more honest than 1,000 words. Over time, perhaps the truth about the song will be revealed. Or perhaps it never will. Perhaps it will remain a small mystery, living only in the memories of fans. But sometimes, mystery actually makes a story last longer. It allows room for imagination, for interpretation, for curiosity that is never fully answered. In the end, whether it truly was a secret song or just a beautiful coincidence, that moment reminded us of one important thing. Genuine human connection is always evident, even without explanation. Perfectly timed glance. A step that doesn't hesitate. A smile that's different from usual. All of it speaks in a way that can't be faked. JIKOOK may never explicitly explain every dynamic between them. And perhaps he doesn't need to. Because sometimes what makes a relationship special isn't the grand declarations, but the small details that only those who are truly paying attention notice. And when the music began, when the first note struck, and Jungkook took a step without a second's thought toward Jimin, the world seemed to stop. In that brief second, all speculation, theories, and analysis seemed irrelevant. All that remained were two people sharing a deeply personal moment in the global spotlight. Was it the beginning of something soon to be announced? Or was it just a small part of a long story they'd been writing together for years? No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear. That moment marked a new chapter in JIKOOK's journey, one that continues to intrigue. And perhaps, it's precisely because of this uncertainty that this story feels so alive. Because between mystery and reality, between an unsaid song and a step so clearly oriented, we see something rare in a world full of scenarios. A genuine reaction. Jungkook didn't hesitate. He didn't wait. He didn't check to see who was watching. He simply walked straight toward Jimin. And sometimes, one step like that is enough to get the whole world talking. If you felt something different about this moment, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this is really the JIKOOK Secret Song? Or is it just a coincidence too good to ignore? I'd love to hear your best theories. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed this kind of discussion, and subscribe to stay updated on Jimin, Jungkook, and all the moments that keep the fandom going. Also, turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when a new video goes live. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video, and as always, we'll continue to discuss every little detail that might hold a big story.